The headlines are already rolling in. Israel is preparing to invade Gaza and also openly talking about reigniting a war with Iran. And to sell you on both, they've just approved a propaganda budget 20 times bigger than before the war in Gaza, about $150 million to convince you and I, the American taxpayers, to fund all of it. The problem? American support for Israel is at an all-time low, even according to CNN. So Israel is right now unleashing what they're calling Hasbara 2.0, a propaganda blitz to convince you that Israel first is actually also America first.
Being pro-Israel is part of the America First platform, whether or not people want to admit it or not. It is.
There you go. Being pro-Israel is being America first. So let's take a close look at what they're planning. So earlier this year, it was announced that Israel's Foreign Minister Gideon Sa'ar and Deputy Foreign Minister Sharon Haskell were looking for smart ways to spend $500 million on public diplomacy. And like I mentioned earlier, this new government Hasbara budget is going to be about 20 times greater than what it was before the Israel-Hamas war began in 2023. I mean, I don't know about you, but is it not just a little weird that you have to pay people, or they have to pay people, to convince Americans that we should be allies with Israel? Like, if our interests truly align, why would they need to be spending $150 million to convince us? Anyway, first pillar of the new strategy, decentralization. So instead of just Israeli officials delivering the talking points, which they still do sometimes, but with very little effect, the government will now funnel more money into, quote, independent organizations, influencers, and activists to spread the message for them. People like this.
We are at the Gaza border right now. On the other side of that fence is Gaza. About 10 minutes, we're going to go in. We're at the Kerem Shalom crossing right now, where Israel allows hundreds of trucks of food aid into Gaza every single day.
Second pillar, which is aggression, not persuasion. They say no more trying to, quote, win the hearts and minds with apologetics. The new approach is just hammering home a pro-Israel message with conviction. So think less Israel regrets civilian casualties and more, hey man, that's war, deal with it.
Yes, AIPAC has a lot of influence, but we also must have, I think, some nuance to understand that there is a large portion of the Republican Party that does believe and have a soft spot for Israel. So I have a different opinion. I've gone through this many times, but I'm not going to defend everything that Israel does.
You see, Charlie Kirk doing it right there, right? Doesn't matter that they're bombing hospitals or starving babies. That's just a part of war, and we stand with our allies, and Israel is our closest ally. Third pillar is hide the money. Israel will now fund pro-Israel PR groups in the US and in Europe through the use of what they call public benefit corporations, or PBCs. And one example of a PBC that came to light recently through an investigation from The Guardian is called Mosaic United. And it is a public benefit corporation backed by the Chikli ministry, referring to Amichai Chikli, a Likud minister in the Israeli government. And as one official puts it, in the end, you'll see a bank transfer from a PBC and not a bank transfer from the Israeli government. That's the idea. Pillar 4, highlight the Jewish religion so to make criticism feel like heresy.
Think about this. The national symbol, let's say, of Hezbollah is a rifle. That's what's on their flag. The national symbol of Iran, the Islamic Republic of Iran, is a sword. That's what's on their flag. The national symbol of Israel is the shield. It's the Star of David. The symbol of our people is not a weapon of war. It's an instrument of defense. The thing that most embodies our entire ethos is not harming others. It's, again, creating a better world. This is fundamental to our tradition.
You see, it's the Arabs and the Muslim who have all these violent hate symbols in their flags. Israel, no, we represent Jews, and Jews represent peace. All the while, Israel has leveled Gaza over the last 2 years, killed hundreds of thousands of civilians based on many estimates, and also has killed more journalists to date than in any other war in history. Okay, I'll say this. They've laundered the Star of David, put it on their uniforms to do a genocide. That's what's really going on. Fifth pillar, missions, missions, missions. Pro-Israel activists say no tactic is more effective than bringing influencers and leaders to experience Israel firsthand to create that emotional connection and turn visitors into lifelong advocates. Just last month, Haaretz reported that Israel planned to fly 16 social media influencers who support Trump's MAGA and America First campaigns. Here are a few of them, allegedly, including Emily Wilson, aka Emily Saves America, who, by the way, has been getting dragged all over social media. So she posted this hilarious response, quote, "No one is paying me to be in Israel. In fact, I'm spending thousands of dollars to be here. I wanted to educate myself because I'm asked to speak on this topic on national news. If you guys are so passionate, maybe I suggest you go travel and go educate yourselves as well. You talk about propaganda from places you've never been to, and can't even point to on a map. I'm not going to comment on this further. I'm thankful I have the ability to travel and do these things." I mean, I don't know. Let's just say she's telling the truth and not being paid to go. I'm actually not sure what's worse, right? Getting paid to go on a propaganda trip or paying yourself to be propagandized. Because come on, girl, if you want to take a pro-imperialist position, make sure you secure the bag first. First rule, come on. So where all this is headed is Israel turning up the dial on their destruction of Gaza and also prepping us for that next Israel-Iran showdown. This is what the PR surge is about. This Hasbara 2.0 is not a sideshow. It is a pre-authorization for your tax dollars and political consent. So stay sharp and stay skeptical. My name is James Lee. This is the 5149 Show. Let me know what your thoughts are. What are you seeing out there in terms of messaging and propaganda? Share in the comments below so we can all be aware of what is going on. I will say that doing this kind of journalism is not easy, it's not lucrative, so if you can support me by liking this video, sharing with as many people as you can, subscribing, hitting that notification bell, that would mean a lot to me. As always, I appreciate your time. I'll see you in the next one.
Have you been to the crossing points?
No,
When were you last there at all?
I've never been.
You've never been. You've never been. You've never been.